Hi, Marlene, Daphne here. Thank you for sending in those documents again. Really kind of you. Okay, let's go straight in with this. It would be really helpful if you could tell me if you've done IELTS before and what grade you are aiming for, especially in the writing, and when you're doing your exam. And then we know what we're kind of working towards. So this pie chart, the pie chart illustrates the harvest of 6 products in France from the year 2017. Absolutely fine. It's quite a good idea to paraphrase some of this, which you have, which is really nice. So well done on that first one. Units measured in percentage. So the lines probably haven't come in the right place, but here we go. Overall, it can be seen that cotton was a very popular, a very popular product to crop. There isn't a verb to crop, but you want to be looking at the superlatives. So if I write in, you want to be aiming for. So cotton was the most popular crop in the given year. And then you could come here. So in your overall sentence, you want to have whereas. I can't remember the smallest one, I think is rice. Oh, it's hard to see it, isn't it? I think it's rice, okay? So whereas rice was the least produced or least grown or harvested even. Okay, so what I've done here in that little sentence is get 2 superlatives, so the most popular and the least, and that lovely connecting word whereas. So these task ones are a little bit like a jigsaw, like a puzzle, and you have to kind of make sure you put in the right words. So one sentence here, one overall sentence, and then your 2 paragraphs. So cotton with over a quarter was the most often harvested. Now, not most often because we don't know what happened in the other years. Here were the most harvested product, which generated, not which was generated, just past simple, which generated, you don't need that, generated, and just go 34.4%. Now watch out here, in English we write it with a dot, 34.4%, followed by sugar, 21%, 21%, okay? Now, pausing in a minute, okay? Another sentence. These 2 crops represented a total of over 50%, or these 2 crops together represented over half of total produce that year, or total crops that year, or total cereals that year, something like that. Okay, so that sentence needs to be a bit longer. And then here we go. So similarly, because you're making the connection that these are similar, wheat accounted for, quite useful word there, 20.4%, and also represented, and just behind wheat was barley with 18%. These 4 segments together, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 together, built over a half, more than a half, because you've got 34 plus 21 plus 20 plus 18, so it's almost 80% of the whole thing. So nice idea, get that sentence in there, and then your new paragraph. In contrast to that, you don't need in contrast where. In contrast to that, rice, don't put it in brackets, was the least represented crop at only 3.5%, and corn with only 1.7. Oh, sorry, so that should say corn. Sorry, corn. Corn was the least cropped product. Good. The least cropped product, singular there, with barely 5.2 percentages together. Oh, okay. 1.7. Sorry, were, so I didn't see that. Were products with barely 5.2% together, which was past simple, not even 1/4 of, well done, whole W, harvested in France in the year 2017. You could have a lovely sentence as well. These smaller crops totaled less than, oh sorry, you can't see this, no, than a fifth of that of barley, something like that. You need a little bit more. You must get to your 150 words. Okay, so that's another nice kind of sentence that you could have in there. Well done on that task 1. It may be that you're not so confident with that. I'll send you a couple of links to have a look at before you write your next essay on your task 1. That might help you. But good effort on there. Good effort. You know, you've got the right idea. Some people think employees should stay in the same job for the rest of their lives. Others think they should switch jobs at least once during their career. To what extent do you agree or disagree, and give good reasons. Nowadays, there are several job opportunities to take and change if they are not suitable anymore. Okay, to take and change. Okay, I know what you mean, but I'm not sure how we would phrase that. We need to just change that a little bit. There's, you could say nowadays it is often possible, or more, it is easier to change jobs more often than it used to be if they are no longer suitable. I don't think we can say take and change. That doesn't quite work like that. Some people see a lot of benefits to keep one job, whereas others believe more jobs gives more experience to a person. These are highly valuable. Okay, now let's work out 2 things here I can see immediately. One is the level of academic English. Okay, so we wouldn't say a lot of, we would say significant benefits. So we have to upgrade the language. It has to be more academic. So some people, who would these people be? So I'm going to put a question mark here. Some employers, some commentators, some journalists. Avoid just using people all the time. See or point out significant benefits in keep one job, whereas others, so again, who would they be? Because you don't want to repeat this, believe that more jobs gives more experience, okay, that more job opportunities or more job gives more experience to a person, and these experiences are highly valuable. Good. I extend to the second opinion. Okay, I wouldn't use that. I extend to doesn't exist. So you could say whereas others, myself included, you could put that, would be quite neat. Or you have to just say, I agree that. I agree that and something. And don't say the second or the first. It's really confusing. So I agree that having more experience, or I agree that learning from different jobs is beneficial because people can gain life skills. Okay, nice. But now it says give reasons. So you need to say this essay will introduce, or sorry, we'll discuss, sorry, these key issues using examples from, and then I don't know where you are, maybe if you're in Germany, but examples from a German newspaper or German university or something like that. So that would make a nice, neat introduction. To switch jobs. Now, switching, I know we give it to you in that list of words, but it is quite informal. But to switch jobs, now you said jobs a lot of time. You could say employment, companies, or employer. Yeah, so remember, it's really important to paraphrase. It's a language exam. You need to be showing as much language as you can. Could be useful as long as people do not do it too often. Okay. as long as this does not occur too frequently. So upgrade the language. The most important reason would be that an employee, now don't stuck, hang on, doesn't get stuck, but again, that is definitely too informal. Okay, an employee is not, we can't contract, no, you can't shorten it, is not, uh, is not stagnant, be a quite nice word, in one working environment for a long period of time. So if I'm using words that you're not sure of, please write them down, translate them, make sure you use them again, is the best word. Therefore, people, so again, who would they be? Give me a name, a category. Might benefit, just use the modal verbs here, might benefit from a wider range of working experiences and could learn. So if I've put might in there, you need to carry on with this idea, this modal idea, and you could have could in there. Another pro, don't use pro, too informal. A benefit, positive impact, will be the opportunity to travel around and start exploring different places. Possibly, but I mean, we don't know that they are able to travel. So you need to expand that. One drawback could occur that an employee always starts on a low level within the company because it takes time to think and develop. However, hang on. Now, we need to organize this essay. Okay, so at the moment, I'm reading about the benefits. You're telling me what's really good. So tell me all the good things. So you're going to need to kind of rearrange this essay a little bit. So give me all the good things in here. Okay? All the good things. Okay? All the good things in here. And then your second paragraph is going to be all the bad things. Okay? All the drawbacks. Otherwise, it's just really confusing for me because I don't know where you're going. And the coherence is really, really important. All the drawbacks. Okay? Because I need to know what's. So the coherence is 25%, and I need to be able to see where the essay is going. Okay? So in your second paragraph here, all the drawbacks. And in your first paragraph here, all the good things. So you need to kind of move this around a bit. Okay? The drawback, an employee always starts on, or usually starts on a low level within the company because it takes time to develop and gain. Gain for, I would go be considered for better positions and therefore a higher salary. Good. However, I think it is most important to know in which working field people feel most comfortable, and they ought, it would have to be to try to improve on that point. Okay, so do you see what I'm saying, Marlene? I don't want anything, don't want any opinion, anything your opinion has to go at the end, right at the conclusion, but this paragraph needs organising. The coherence is really important. So for example, people so after graduation from school, so who are these people? Students may try out a range of jobs instead of a lot of jobs, or a range of, that's too informal. You could have menial jobs, which is jobs that you're not paid much money for. A range of menial jobs, working as waitress, but they don't feel connected. Okay, yeah, watch out for don't. Most of this is to generate income. On the other hand, also has benefits to stay in one job. Okay, you see the problem I'm having here? It's a little bit confused. I think you want to be saying the good things like you have more chance of getting promoted, you have more chance of getting a pension, getting a car, getting benefits. Okay, so your example could be recent research in a German newspaper or whatever showed that people who stayed in the company or people who moved companies, because this is what we're saying, people who moved more often had or usually earned more money or usually had better company perks, you could say. Okay, then coming into your second paragraph is the negatives. Okay, so however, you could say, staying in one company can offer you job stability and people aren't threatened and you would not be threatened by unemployment. Furthermore, so here these are workers, managers would be able to or could profit from the safety of the workplace and take chances to develop their skills and experience to receive higher positions. Okay, the higher positions, so just all that, are connected with more responsibility and therefore often better paid. Good. For example, a young employee could be promoted sooner. We don't have more soon. Could be promoted sooner to junior manager in a trading company because he knows present tense the products, processes, and has known present perfect. Okay, for a long time. Absolutely great writing. That's absolutely perfect. Well done. So, example. So give me an example. You can make it up. It's absolutely fine. Have a look at some of the essays on our website. That will just give you an idea what I mean. Okay, and then to sum up both. So now, because remember it's an opinion essay. So if you go back up here, to what extent do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to answer that bit. So you would have to say here, I strongly believe, or I strongly think that. So you've got to have your opinion in here. Yeah, okay. It's, to be honest, it's easier just to stay with one. You've already said the second one was what you preferred, so stick with that. You, to what extent you have to make a decision. You can't support both all the way. Most important to know what somebody intends to do and probably concentrate to develop a site on the most suitable job. Yeah, so be careful here. It's like you've started on a new argument. Go back to what you said. So I strongly believe that it is a better idea to stay or to move companies because you are more able to benefit from an exciting environment, learn new skills, maybe earn more money, have more responsibility, something like that. So in your conclusion, you need to go back on the main points you've made. Don't say anything new, okay? Well done. Sorry, this is longer than normal. Well done. Good start. Really good start. Take on board the corrections. I hope you find that useful. Well done.